Hi, Eric Gibaud, ericgibaud.com. 1 year ago, I presented you this small bag or box or whatever you call it by Sirui. And a year later, I presented you this one by Sirui also. A year ago, I presented you the sniper lenses for 23mm, 33mm and 56mm 1.2, and today I'm going to present you the 16 and 75mm 1.2. So let's start. A short while ago I explained I made a video, I'll leave you the link here, about choosing a lens, okay? And I explained the harmony between lenses. If you want to have similar look across your work, regardless of which focal length you're using, it's important to have some kind of seri, okay? But today I'm not going to show you the 5 lenses, just these 2 I've got now. And soon I will make another video to compare all 5 to have exactly the same situation, so it gives you an idea, okay? But right now, I'll show you. It comes in the box like this. It's really, really nice, okay? Really well protected. And it exists in 3 colors. This one, this is a carbon fiber look. You also have a silver look and also a white, some kind of porcelain look that is really nice. So I'm going to show you some sample pictures I've made, give you my opinion, but beware that this is the kind of lenses that you really love or really don't like at all. Why? Because these kind of lenses have what we call character. Some people like really sharp, other people don't like that sharp, some people like a type of bokeh, other people like to have it different. So it's important to show you some sample to have your own idea, to feel if it's something for you or not. I've heard some YouTubers telling they are really sharp and other people saying they don't like it. Some people say they're not sharp at all. So I'll show you this. I'll leave you the link of the 3 lenses already reviewed anyway. So let's go for it. The box really protects them really well. You also get a small envelope there with the instruction manual, guarantee, all this. Each lens comes with its own sunshade, sun hood. Don't forget not to mix them up because obviously the shape is different. For a wide angle you would get some vignetting. This is why the shape is a tulip shape like this, is different. So although they can invert them, put one on the other, the size, well in this case the size is a bit different, but in some other the diameter is the same. So take care not to mix them up. And it's really nice built. They open from f1.2 up to f16, and they are autofocus, although you do have a focusing ring that is here, okay, that in case you want to be in manual, but there is no switch, so you would need to switch from the menu of your camera to tell you want to have manual focusing. The good thing is the weight is really similar between them, so if you would make video and use a gimbal, you probably don't have to rebalance much the gimbal, and probably not at all, so that's good news. And second, as I speak about video, maybe if you want to do video, it's not the seri you want, but there's a sister seri that is called Nightwalker, and it opens also from 1.2, but it's geared so you can manually focus with the follow focus, and they are not autofocus. These one are and the others are not, okay? But the build is so beautiful. So I'm going to show you some sample pictures and tell you the specs, and don't forget that I show all the pictures again at the end of the video. So let's carry on. By the way, if you want to help me, I can also help you with the member area of my YouTube channel. There I don't speak about gear, just about tuition, photography tips, all this, exclusive video. There's a join button just below. I'll wait for you to become a member. And also I'll leave you affiliated links in the description. Please use them, that really helps me. If you use the link of K&F Concept and Luminar Neo once on the website, if you indicate the code ERIC10, you get a 10% discount. Thank you so much. Let's carry on. These sniper series come in 3 mounts: Sony E, Fujifilm X and Nikon Z. So I'm going to give you the specs for each lens for the 16 and 75. So first the 16, it is on APS-C, all our APS-C lenses. So if you use it on Fujifilm X, obviously it's APS-C, but if you would use it on Sony E or Nikon Z, obviously it would need to be on APS-C camera, or use a full frame and switch it to APS-C format. Okay. So 16mm in APS-C, it means the equivalent in full frame would be like 24mm, the angle it covers. It goes from 1.2 to f16, 14 elements in 5 groups. Minimum focusing distance is 30 centimeters, which is great. It's good. You can really come close. The filter size is 58mm, and the size of the lens without a sun hood, obviously, is well, this one, sorry, I show you 75. If I use the 16 one, 94mm long for Sony, 94 for Fuji, and 96 for Nikon. There's always a small difference because some lenses, some mounts are a bit longer or shorter, okay? And if you look at the weight, for Sony, 384 grams, for Fujifilm 386 grams, and for Nikon Z 403 grams. And here you have a focusing ring. If you want to go manual, there is no switch, so you would need to change in your camera. But one thing that is important, this ring is not mechanical, it's electronic. It means when you actually want to go manual focus, you can do it. It works really nice, really fine, but know that it's not mechanical, so it will not stop. You go this way, okay, 360 degrees, okay? So now I tell you the 75mm specs. So APS-C also, obviously, the equivalent in full frame would be 113mm from 1.2 to f16 also, 13 elements in 9 groups, minimum focusing distance is 70 centimeters, which is fine for this focal length to get a headshot, so that's okay. The filter size is larger, 67mm. This is the largest lens of the series, okay? And then if we look at the size, well, 94mm long, which is similar to the 16mm. For Sony, for Fuji, 93mm. For Nikon Z, 95mm. And if we look at the weight, for Sony, 466 grams, for Fuji, 466 grams, and for Nikon, 475 grams. Yes, this is probably the largest difference of weight between lenses. So yes, if you use a gimbal and go from 16 to 75, you probably have to balance again. But if you would go from 23 to 33, for example, no problem, okay? So now I'm going to tell you my opinion about the look it gives, the aesthetic of the pictures. But I think this is the important part. What we want to know is exactly what can I expect optically. Well, first of all, it's so important to understand what these lenses are for. These lenses are not the typical ultra sharp lens you want for product photography. This is not the lenses I would use, I would buy for that, okay? This is for special look, soft, nice, retro, vintage, or cinema look, call it as you want, but not ultra sharp, okay? And I've seen some reviews, people say they're ultra sharp, and I completely disagree. I think some people that just put at f8 and say it's ultra sharp, but when you buy that kind of lens, you want to see it from 1.2 up to the maximum f16 and get to your conclusion, okay? So, the look they have is soft, nice, and I like it. So I'm going to tell you first with the 16mm. Well, I've used it daytime and nighttime. For landscape, that's nice, but it's not really sharp that it looks like National Geographic picture. It's more like a vintage look that I like. And if you look at nighttime, if you look at the point of light, they are round in the center, the autofocus part, and there are cat eyes in the border. Some people don't like that, some people love it. Depends on your own taste. I think there's nothing good or bad about these lenses. It's a matter if you like it or don't like it. It's good for you or not good for you, basically, okay? And you have a no distortion really, no focus breathing, slight but not much, a bit more on 60mm than 75mm. And if we look at the no chromatic aberration, I would say, and the 16mm does have some vignetting. Is it a problem? I think for that kind of look I was looking for, that's not a problem. If you would do landscape and you want to have a perfect border to border exposure, then yeah, it could be. We can correct it in post-production. If we look at the sharpness, they're not ultra sharp. At 1.2 they're soft, but they are the same sharpness from border to border. It means that you will not see that the center is really sharp and the border really bad. It's really more uniform. Okay, so that's fine. I would say if you want a bit more sharpness, from f2 is better, f4 is really good, f11 diffractions start to enter and then you lose sharpness again. Okay, but the quality is nice. If we look at the 75mm, I made daytime pictures, but also nighttime. We went to a fair with Ingrid, and it's natural light, no flash, because I don't want to freeze the action. I want to have natural situation. I told her to look towards the night, and despite having really high lights in the background, I had no problem with autofocus. It really went fine. But beware, on 75mm, the depth of field at 1.2 is so shallow that you must focus and shoot straight away. On my camera I've got the back button activated. I don't like it. I mean, on some camera I like it, and some situation I like it, another I don't. When I have a really shallow depth of field, I want to off press the button for focusing and finish triggering straight away. When you have it on the back button, it's easy to focus with the thumb, and then you wait a second, and then actually all your subject has moved a bit forward, backward, or yourself. It means that with this shallow depth of field, if you move half a centimeter or half back, half forward, then it's not precisely in focus. So, but when you do focus properly on the eye, then it's really sharp on the eye, and the transition is so beautiful. So this is really a really nice portrait lens. I think the results are there and they're great, okay, for my taste. Okay, so honestly I think these lenses are really nice. If we speak about flare, there is not the typical ray of light, but more like an invasion. Okay, so some people hate that. Other people, they love this because you lose contrast and it looks really cinematic. And honestly, I love it. I really like it. Okay, but it's important you know what you get, because some people love a style, other people don't like it. And when you get a lens like this, you get it because you like the look it gives, not because of the price or not because of the name of the brand, whatever. You like the way it looks. Okay, so I show you some samples so you can make your own opinion. But honestly, I didn't notice important chromatic aberration, and I would say if you want a bit of sharpness, a bit more sharpness, from f2 you get in there. f4 you have maximum sharpness already, up to f11, which is when you start to have diffraction and lose you do lose sharpness again. Okay, but these two lenses paired together, they're great. One for street photography, and then when you get to the portraits, really nice lenses for what I like. Okay, but yes, if you heard that they're really sharp, it's not true. If you're looking for the sharpest lenses, that's not the one to go. On the other hand, if you want something cinematic, really soft, really nice, this is probably the kind of lenses you would like. So, what are these lenses for? Well, I would say not for people who like ultra sharp pictures. That's not for them. But I would really see like a social photographer, like wedding photographer, to have both 16 for a wide angle situation and 75 for portrait. Maybe pick a 33 in between. Okay, but really the way it looks, I think, is so lovely, so cinematic, really nice, that many people like this look more than the ultra sharp style. And what's important is not if these lenses are good or bad, but if what you see is what you like. That's the important point. So when you look at my picture, don't evaluate them as a good or bad picture. but look the details, the autofocus, the focus part, the softness or not, and you decide if that's for you or not. Okay, and honestly, I really like these lenses. I feel really it gives a special look. I really like it. And for me, yeah, they're completely recommendable. I've been using them the way they're thought. Okay, I mean, many people, when they buy 1.2 aperture, they want to use them at 1.2. This is why many of the pictures I made were at 1.2. Although normally for myself, I close a bit the aperture because I want a bit more depth of field more than anything. And yeah, I wanted you to see, so you decide, because if you want to spend money on a 1.2 lens, you probably want to have to see how it will look then. Okay, but as I said, if you want to get a bit more sharpness and a bit more contrast, you just close down f2 and that's fine. That's really nice. Okay, yeah, I would really see wedding photographer going around with these two lenses, and yeah, make most picture with the 16mm, and then when there's some portrait part, use the 75. That will be really nice. Okay, and for me, yeah, they're completely recommendable if you like this look. So if you're interested, I'll leave you links in the description where you can buy it. So thank you so much, Sirui, for sending me the lenses. Thank you to Ingrid for posing. Well, actually, it was not planned. We went to the fair and she said, "Oh, could you make some pictures of me?" I said, "Yes, one condition." "What is the condition?" "I want to test a 75mm with you and I will use the picture in my video." So, "Oh, that's fine." Okay, so great. It was a difficult situation. The lighting was horrible, but still I think we get some nice pictures. Okay, so that's great. So thank you to her. Thank you so much to you for watching the video. If you feel it may interest other people, please share it on social networks. If you have not done it yet, please subscribe to our YouTube channel. There's a small button down here, it's a small bell. If you click on the bell, you will get notified when I upload a new video. Don't forget, I've activated my member area of my YouTube channel. There's a join button just below. I don't speak about gear, just speak about photography techniques, tuition, all this. So yeah, become a member and you will get some exclusive video. Also, I'll leave you my website address, and if you have any question, you can leave a comment below. Yeah, in the description I've got affiliated links. Please use them, that really helps me. And if you buy from K&F Concept or from Luminor Neo, if you use the code ERIC10, you get a 10% discount. Thank you so much, that really helps me. Also leave you my PayPal account in case you wanted to make a donation. Thank you so much. Please take care of yourself and see you soon. Bye.